So hi everybody, I'm Doris. I'm international marketing specialist here at Tallinn University. First of all, I'm going to tell you briefly about Tallinn University overall. Then my colleague will continue with the law school and with the law program. Then me with the admission procedure, student life, and a bit about the campus. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them from the chat window. My colleague Nele will answer all of your questions. Yeah, maybe phone is better, Tallinn, yeah. And she will answer, to all of your questions. And later on, I can answer them also. So yeah, you see, Nele is now online too, so you can ask questions. So first of all, what is Tallinn University? Some quick facts about Tallinn University. TIU, as it is today, was established in 2005 as a merger of different academic units and institutes. At the moment, we have approximately 10,000 students studying on BA, MA, and PhD level, among whom 700 of them are foreigners. That makes up of the degree students and the exchange students. Most of our degree students are from Finland, then from Russia, Turkey, Latvia, Lithuania, and so on. We have here 1,200 staff members, among whom 9.4% are academics who are foreigners. So this is one of the highest percentages we have here in the Estonian universities. We have 250 partner universities, which means, for example, if you come here to study and want to go abroad for the exchange studies, you have a variety of universities to choose among where to go. And at the moment, we have 26 academic units. And as I already said, one of the units, law school, will tell you more in detail about their doings today. Our university defines ourselves as the leader and developer of smart lifestyle in Estonia. And we have directed our resources and activities into 5 broad focus fields. First of all, educational innovation, cultural competences, open society and governance, digital and media culture, and healthy and sustainable lifestyle. We believe in individual approach to students. By that, I mean our courses are quite small. So our students always have the possibility to ask questions, have discussions with the lecturers, with the professors. We have a favorable location. Our main campus is located in the heart of the city center of Tallinn. So it's only like 10 minutes walk to Old Town that belongs to the UNESCO World Heritage, only 5 minutes from the harbor, and the airport and the bus station are also nearby. Our 21st century facilities include modern study rooms, classrooms, computer classes, and so on. And for example, we even have our own cinema hall at the main campus, so students can see films for free. But now I will give that floor to my colleague, who will tell you more in detail about law school and about law bachelor program and international business law master's program.
Hello. My glasses were dark there. Sorry. How's everyone today? My name is Philip Graves. I'm from the United States. I teach here in the law faculty. And I will talk to you a bit today about studying with us and studying law here at University, our law program. Okay. So what I can say about the history of our law school here is it's a successor to the Academy of Nord. The Academy of Nord was founded in 1991, offering, among other degrees, a law degree. It merged with Tallinn University in 2010. It was effective in 2011, and we began teaching in English, offering a bachelor's program in law taught in the English language and a master's program in international business law, both taught in English language. What's innovative and unique about our program is we also offer the possibility to study law in Helsinki. That is, we have a branch campus in Helsinki, and the curriculum is exactly the same as the curriculum here in Tallinn. So you have the same lectures if you study in Helsinki with us that you have in Tallinn, taught by the same personnel. So it's a very innovative and unique program in this way. Our law school is devoted to research as well, not just teaching, because we are part of a research university, and we have very specific targeted areas of research where we draw upon the expertise of various members of the lecturing staff to engage in project-based research and academic conferences and academic publications and such as well. So that's a bit about the history of the law school itself. As I stated earlier, the program is taught entirely in the English language. I'm from the United States. I'm a native English speaker. We also have among our faculty 2 permanent members that are native English speakers, Americans, that teach with us, and several other lecturers who lecture from time to time with us, like we call them adjunct or part-time lecturers. They're Americans and also from the UK. We also have English lecturers from India occasionally giving classes with us, and we have among our teaching staff Estonians, Finnish, and Germans, and Italians as well. So the program is grounded around international law, European law, and even Finnish law. The normal time to study is 3 years, so it's a 3 years bachelor's program. This is in keeping with the Bologna process, the Bologna Accords, and harmonized education throughout the European Union in amongst most countries. So it's like a 3+ program. You do a 3-year bachelor's and you do a 2-year master's. And the study load is 180 credit points. So that's like what the whole totality of the program is and what it will entail to study. So why to choose our bachelor's program? Well, again, it gives you all of the areas that you need to know to practice law. It gives you a good, firm understanding of the fundamental concepts of private law, public law, international law, and European law. It's also taught in the English language, which is the de facto business and legal language of the world today in international and transnational affairs and programs. So we, incorporate a number of personnel in our law faculty, drawing upon their expertise. Some of our members are members of parliament. Some are past members of parliament. We have judges, practicing judges, retired judges. We have pure academics. So we have a wide variety of expertise in which we can draw upon from our members of our staff. So you'll get not only the theoretical foundation to practice law, but also the actual practical application. Because again, members of our teaching staff are not only academics. We don't just come in here and teach. Some are involved in research, some are involved in the day-to-day practice of law, some are retired judges and practicing judges, and also some are lawmakers. So what's interesting about our program is the whole curriculum, the way it's structured. So we have at the beginning is our compulsory courses, 16 European credit points. And what that means is you take compulsory courses dealing within the major and also compulsory courses that are interdisciplinary in nature, things like Introduction to Economics, Introduction to Political Science and Governments, Introduction to International Relations. This is all designed to give you a well-rounded and broad legal education and well-rounded education to build upon as you start taking more law-centered classes. Because again, if you want to study law, you have to think about how law impacts our lives, right? It touches into the international relations spheres, touches into the political sphere, into the economic sphere. So that's why those courses are among some of those that are offered in our compulsory introductory courses. Then we have the elective courses, things like, then we have the major compulsory courses, things like Introduction to Civil Law, Introduction to the Basics of Law, legal theory, legal philosophy, legal ethics. This is designed to give you a good fundamental understanding of not just what law is, but what law ought to be. What are the major areas of law and how does these interrelated areas work and build upon and strengthen each other and work together. All of this is designed to give you a good, firm foundation to stand upon when you then begin taking your major courses in your second and third year. So in your second and third year, one second, I went too fast there, sorry. In your second or third year, you choose to major in one area. I call it majoring, okay? And then I call it minoring, in the sense that if you decide to major in international law, you take all of what we call the elective courses in the international law area. You take International Law 1, International Law 2. You take all of those courses. And then you pick another area to so-called minor in. So you might want to major in, say, international law, minor in European Union law. In that case, you would take the first group of classes from the international or the European Union law section, and then both the first and the second group from international law, right? And we also have the option to take Finnish law. For those of you in Finland or who may be interested in practicing law in Finland, there's a complete module in Finnish law that covers everything from the introduction to civil law in Finland, to the law of obligations, to the criminal law in Finland, and everything as related to the domestic law of Finland. So that's what's really interesting and innovative about the law program here. You have to think about what you want to do when you come and study. Your first year basically gives you the time to develop that knowledge base, right? You're taking introduction to European Union law, introduction to international law, introduction to civil law, introduction to public law. This will give you some ideas to think about as you're studying. What would I want to do? A lot of students know what they want to do, others don't. That first year is designed to help you understand how everything is interrelated and give you an idea of what you might want to major in and specialize in your second and third year. So that's basically how our curriculum is structured, how it progresses. So again, introductory courses gives you the basics of the knowledge of law. The major specialty gives you the major courses that you need to know exactly to study law, and then of course our free electives. This all accumulates in the third years. The third year is when you work on your bachelor's thesis, and also you do a practical training. So the bachelor's thesis is an empirical research that is designed to basically you are tasked with given a legal problem or a legal area to research, form a question around, and answer that question through your research. So it's kind of a theoretical in nature, but also practical in nature, is that you need to apply it to an actual practical problem. Then we have the internship. The internship is where you can then begin to experience what it's like in practicing law and doing legal work, and in a law firm or in a business-related enterprise, but in the legal division of that. So that's basically how the internship program works. Also, what's interesting to note is that in Estonia, the curriculum is a traditional semester-long curriculum. The program in Finland is what we call cycle studies. And what that means is the studies are conducted on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in Finland, right? So this is designed, not really designed, but most of the students that study there are working full-time or have other commitments and they can't study full-time. What that means is their studies are a condensed form, in the sense that there are about 20% fewer lecturers in Helsinki than there are here in Tallinn. And what that means is a bit more independent studying for those students that choose that path. Whereas students that study with us here in Tallinn study on a semester-long traditional sort of a program where you have more interaction with the lecturer in classes, you have more lectures, and you have more time to really dig deeper into the subject within the classroom setting, within the lecturer and your fellow students, versus doing it independently. So this is a bit how the programs do differ, though the content is exactly the same. So after you graduate, you have to think about where you want to go in law and what you want to do. Most often you will need to go get a master's degree in law, because again, it's a 3+2 program with the Bologna process. Most of the member states of the European Union law have harmonized their education to go along with a 3+2 program. So it's also possible to continue here at Tallinn University through our master's program, which is focused on international business law. So the master's program, again, taught in English, taught again by practitioners, by people that are pure academics as well, and it covers business law, competition law, trade law, company law, financial law, economic law. This is basically what the business program is structured around. And a large part of the business program, business law program at the master's level is concentrated around the master's thesis, which is considerably longer and much more detailed than is the bachelor's thesis. And so that's something to remember about that. And the traditional study period for that is 2 years. It's possible sometimes to complete it a semester early, as it is with the bachelor's program, but this requires a lot of work and coordination with the various courses you'll have to take. So why would you want to study international business law? Well, it'll give you the knowledge that you need to practice and work in international financial markets, international commerce, international trade law, anything like this, any sort of areas like this, either working for an NGO or an IGO or for a multinational firm or corporation. That's primarily where the knowledge base is. Also studied are things like maritime law and the law and jurisprudence of the WTO. And currently, the master's program in the classroom setting is offered only here in Estonia. It is possible for students to study it in Finland, right? It is possible to do that, but there are some distance sort of learning requirements that are incorporated for those students in Finland that wish to study at the master's program right now. This may be changed later on. Someone asked a question here. Will a law degree at Tallinn University be accepted by other law schools around Europe and in the United States? Well, to answer that question, what you have to look at for the United States is the American Bar Association's rules for taking the bar exam, and that differs from state to state. Each state has their own competence to establish whatever rules they want regarding taking the bar exam. I can say this as an American, that if you have a European law degree, there are 6 states in which you can sit for the bar exam without taking any further courses in American law, provided certain conditions are met. And so you have to look at each individual state. And if you're interested in this information, I'll be glad to send you this information, a American Bar Association publication on that information. As far as the degree accepted around Europe into other law schools, that's not a problem. I have graduates now that are applying for admission into master's programs, and several have been accepted already. Schools like King's College, Queen's College, the University of Glasgow, and others. So it's very possible. It's not a problem at all. Our degree is well respected in Europe. So about the modules at the master's level, again, we have the compulsory courses and the elective courses, and then the major specialty courses. In the master's program, you don't choose one area to specialize in. You take all of the courses in that specialization. And then there are certain elective courses, we call them free elective courses, that you then pick and choose from, 16 total. And the master's thesis, again, much more work than the bachelor's thesis, and that encompasses 30 ECTS points. So you can see here, and you can look at our website to find out more about the course structure for the master's program. It's basically, again, all designed to give you that core knowledge to get into the practice of international business law. And what I can say about the master's level program is it's a bit smaller than the bachelor's level program, and most of the courses are conducted more like a seminar, right? So this means that you're given assignments to do outside of the class, research assignments, presentations, and then you come together in your group of 8 to 10, sometimes 14 students, and you have more of a seminar. So it's more like a discussion about what you are assigned with the lecturer versus coming in and experiencing a traditional lecture. So this is a bit different with the master's level program and how it works. And always when you begin to work on your thesis, either at the bachelor's or the master's level, you will work with one of the members of the teaching staff as your thesis supervisor, right? Or alternatively, you can have an external supervision if it's approved by the law school. So what that gives you a chance to do is, over the years, whether you study at the bachelor's level or the master's level, you then find out who you would like to work with, who you really feel like you get along with well, and who has that expertise in that general area of law that you want to work on your thesis with. And that person then guides and directs you while you're writing your thesis, gives you a sort of criticism and critiques along the way, helps you out, helps you structure that. So that's basically how the thesis works here in both the master's and the business law. Okay, I'm going to now turn it back over to my colleague, and she's going to explain a bit about the process for being admitted to the law school. If any of you have any questions, you can always ask me. And before I turn it over to her, I'll just ask if anyone has a question they want to put in the chat, I can try to answer it right now. So I'll take a second here and just wait and see if a question or two pops up. If not, I'll turn it back over to her and she can explain a bit about the whole possibility to be admitted and the process and all the bureaucratic processes you have to go to come and study with us. So I'll wait here a few seconds. I don't see anything else that questions coming up. So, okay, I'll turn it back over to her. If you do have something you would like to know about the law school, email us at the law school. There's a general email to the law school, and you can email us there. And, okay, I have a question here. Okay, how does the University of Tallinn's law program compare to Tallinn Technology's law program? Well, I can answer that. I taught at TTU for about 4 years, as did a couple of other members of our teaching staff. And that program is a fine program. It's more focused in technology and the very particulars of law and technology, which is an important area. And if that's really what you have an interest in, perhaps you should check that out. Our program is a bit more focused on European law, international business law. Ours is more of a traditional, well-rounded program in law. Quite frankly, our program is better, I think. It costs a bit more to study with us. It's reflected with what you get, what the value it is that you have there. We have students from the technical university that come and take classes in our program, and vice versa. You could take classes in their program if there's something that interests you in your study with us, and it transfers back and forth. So there's no problem there. It's just their program is a bit more niche program. It's a bit more targeted into law and technology, which is an important and emerging area of the law, but it's a very specialized and very focused program. So opportunities are a bit more limited and a bit more niche in comparison to our program, which is a bit more of a generalist and a bit more focused on European law, international business law, and Finnish law. So again, you should study with us. You have a well-rounded education versus a very niche and focused education. I hope that answers it. And, hey, for a real assessment, to anyone else that's listening, go on the website. So look at their curriculum, look at our curriculum, and just make up your mind yourselves. Okay, I'm going to hand it over to my colleague. If you have any questions, please send us an email, and look forward to maybe seeing some of you in class with us in the autumn semester. Bye-bye.
Bye. So hi again. Now, about some study allowances. We do not have specifically scholarships, but we have study allowances. But for students who have been already admitted to Tallinn University, for example, we have a needs-based study allowance for students from financially disadvantaged backgrounds. And the allowance is 75 up to 220 euros per month during the whole study period. Another one is study allowance based on study results. So if you have good grades, you have the possibility to get an allowance 100 euros per month, but you have to apply each semester. So each semester your average grade will be checked, and according to that, you will get the scholarship or not. So about the admission. First of all, for international applicants then, yeah? I know what we have at least one person from Tallinn listening to us. Just for information, for Estonian citizens, the application process goes through SAIS. So it is in summer. But for international students now, first of all, the deadlines. If you are a non-EU applicant, except from Russia, Turkey, Ukraine, the deadline is 1st of May. Applicants from EU, Russia, Turkey, and Ukraine, the deadline is 1st of July. And there are some extended deadlines for Finnish citizens until 24th of July for international business law master's program. And extended deadline for applicants who have obtained secondary level qualification in Finland until 14th of August for law bachelor program. You have to fill in the online application at estonia.dreamapply.com. This is the first step then, yeah? Remember the deadlines and fill in the online application. Then, after you have filled up the online application and paid the application fee, which is 80 euros, you need to send by post to us an online application cover, printed and signed, and copy of a secondary education certificate if you want to become a bachelor student, and copy of bachelor's degree certificate if you want to become a master's student, and transcript of records. And the translation is needed if the documents are not in English. And both of the copies must be attested by a notary. After that, you need to prove your English proficiency. You have to have your English level at least on B2 level. You can prove your English with the most well-known tests as IELTS or TOEFL, for example. You do the test and they will send the exam results directly to Tallinn University. But also for EU students, there is a possibility to carry out the language test here at Tallinn University. After that, you can upload to the online application system copy of the identification page of your passport and the receipt of payment of the application fee. If you have done all that, some of the countries have country-specific requirements. For example, if you are a Finnish student and graduated with cum laude, you don't have to prove your English proficiency. There are all kinds of different requirements for different countries. You can check them out from our website. And last but not least, you have to pass the program-specific requirements. And for law BA and international law MA, this is the motivational letter that you have to add to your online application and an interview that can be done via Skype, so you don't have to travel to Estonia for that. So a few words about how does the student life here at Tallinn or in Estonia looks like, and what are the costs of accommodation and, for example, the student meal. First of all, what we have here at Tallinn University is our own student union. Under that, there are different organizations and units, for example, an international club that organizes events for international students, ESN Tallinn that organizes events for exchange students. We have our own student TV that broadcasts you the latest news. We have our own culture club, sports clubs, photo club, other culture collectives. We even have our own student cafe and even childcare. About accommodation here in Tallinn. We have dorms, but in order to get the place in a dormitory, you have to act rather quickly. We have our own dormitory, Tallinn University dormitory, that's just around the corner of our main campus, so again in the heart of the city center. There are double rooms, and the price for one person is €170.50. There is also a cheaper dormitory. There are double and single rooms. The price for double room is €170, for the single room €340. Also a deco dormitory, where double and triple rooms, and the price is €150 per month. Of course, you always have the possibility to rent an apartment by yourself, with your friends, or with your course mates. The prices of apartments here vary. The prices can start from €200, but can go up to €450, €500, even €600. We have a lot of online portals where you can check up the availability of different apartments. To see what are the portals and to get more info about the dorms, go please to tlu.ee/housing. Cost of living here in Tallinn. The monthly living costs are about €300 to €500, not including accommodation. Of course, it depends on yourself, how much you want to spend, how much can you spend. But here are the few examples. For example, student meals here at university are €3 to €7. Public transport is free of charge for residents of Tallinn. Theater tickets are €12 to €18, concert tickets €8 to €30, movie tickets €4 to €9, private sports club €30 to €70, and so on. These are just some of the examples. So, about working internship, we have asked a lot whether or not the students who study here and are from abroad can work during their studies. Yes, you can. There is a possibility to work in Estonia even if you are a student. You have the possibility to search a job offer by yourself. We have different online portals where companies upload their job offers. But also you have the possibility to ask for contacts from your institutes or our career and counseling centers. For more information about working, go to studyinestonia.ee/working. So our main campus here, I'm going to show you a few pictures how it looks like. All of the buildings here in the main campus have Latin names, so the students could recognize where they have to go for a lecture. First of all, Terra, Earth, represents academic traditions, and it's the oldest building of Tallinn University. In Terra, there are all the central services like the marketing office, academic affairs office, and so on. So also, we have some of the classrooms are here. Then Astra. This is the newest addition to our campus. It was built in 2012. Astra means the stars and represents achieving your goals. And in Astra, for example, the law school that is located here in Tallinn is located there in Astra building. Then Silva, meaning the forest, representing researchers, also known as the language building. Nova, meaning new, represents innovation. Nova houses Baltic Film and Media School, where all the film studios, television studios, sound editing rooms, everything necessary for filmmaking, and even their own cinema hall, as I said before. All the students are of course, more than welcome to the cinema hall to see the films. Then Ursa, in Latin, a bear, represents defending your ideas, and Ursa houses the Institute of Fine Arts. Mare, sea, represents openness, and several different seminar rooms, classrooms, and different institutes are located there. There is just some of the pictures of our main campus here. So last but not least, we already told you about the degree studies, but we also have short courses here during the Tallinn Summer and Winter School. Also, there's a possibility to take one law course during the summer school. The summer school is in July from 13th to 31st. Winter school is usually on January, from 4th to 22nd of January. During the summer school, we have a lot of participants, approximately 350 participants. During the winter school, a bit less, about 60. During the summer school, the participants can choose from among various of courses. We have language courses, creative courses, and so on. During the winter school, there are 6 different courses, so a bit less. Among the participants who come here, 85% of them are usually international students. Additionally, to the different courses that are offered during the Tallinn Summer and Winter School, it offers also a cultural program. So the participants can go to the museums and to field trips outside of Tallinn. If you are interested in summer and winter school, then go to summerschool.tlu.ee or winterschool.tlu.ee. And if you have any questions about the student life here in Tallinn or also in Helsinki, or about the law studies or about the university overall, then feel free to ask directly from our students and alumni what's their experience here at Tallinn University. For that, go to tlu.ee/ambassadors, and there you can find that we have each ambassador for each English-based program. There is an email there, so you can contact them directly and ask about the university overall, their programs, student life, their experience, or whatever comes up to your mind. And last but not least, I suggest you to follow us in social media, so you can keep up yourself with the latest news and see what kind of activities we have here and what we are doing overall. On Facebook, you can find us if you type in Tallinn University. We are also at Vkontakte for Russian citizens, in Instagram, Tallinn University, in Twitter, YouTube, Drauge, and also LinkedIn. So, if you have any questions about the admission procedure, feel free to ask them directly from our admission specialists. The email address is admissions@tlu.ee. Otherwise, feel free to go and check up our university's webpage to get to know more about the university, about the programs, and so on.